Curtis says, is it time to hit the panic button on Ambry Thomas? No, I just haven't. I'm waiting to see something I like from Ambry. It hasn't happened the first 4 days. He hasn't played football in a couple of years. But neither is Lance, and I like the way Lance is playing. So, I guess I just feel like with corners taken after the 100th pick, I just have low expectations.
I have major concerns with Ambry Thomas.
Okay.
And this is based off of his game film from 2019. His best game where he had an interception and 2 PBUs against Michigan State. He had those pass interferences where the guy's ahead of him and he just tackles the guy. And mind you, Michigan was destroying Michigan State in this game. This is his best game statistically. I have concerns, man. I really have concerns. He had another pass interference today on Debo, and a few of these that I'm looking at, right out to Debo on Lance on his 3rd throw. Ambry Thomas was in coverage. I am scared. I am very nervous. I have very deep concerns with Ambry Thomas. I really do. I do not think it's as simple as just throw him out there as a number 2. It doesn't matter if this is what I was talking about. If Mosley goes down, I am very afraid of this number 2 spot. Demo looks way better
all offseason, man. They should have made a more concerted effort.
Steven Nelson, AJ Boye, any of these guys were out there for you to get for nothing. Those guys, their market dried up. Steven Nelson signed with the Philadelphia Eagles for nothing. Nothing.
And the problem here is like it's not just Ambry that's not playing well. It's like Tim Harris Jr. is starting.
Yes.
The backup is Dante Johnson. There's also a guy named Mark Fields, the second.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Diamador Lenore.
He's the only one. He looks better than Thomas. That's not even
okay. So they're in a position where Diamador Lenore currently is their second best corner.
I'm just saying that. Yeah, no, they do. They've been had a problem. We've been talked about this. That's the biggest concern that I've had. Been had. That's a Jersey thing coming out. That's that.
I like that. I say that too.
No, they've had a problem. They really have. And now I'm now that I've gotten to see him 2 days in a row, I am scared to death of this idea that he would be the. I hate the people that come to me and tell me it's plug and play. Based on what? Based on what? Because you really can't point it out to me.
He hasn't earned anything, man. He just
my goodness.
He gets target, he loses.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I mean, I always feel like the Niners took him. They're like, look, we need a corner, but we took Banks and Sermon. So this guy is he's got good size at pick 103. He's got good speed at pick 103. I mean, let's bet on his upside. When I see him, I don't see a guy who's like a super athlete. I mean, like, he kind of reminds me, he was drafted a little bit after Chris Culliver. Chris Culliver was a better athlete than him.
And, other stuff that you watch on film, and look, this is no slight at him, but Chase Claypool whipped him in that Notre Dame game. Whipped him. And Chase Claypool's a baller, but that's NFL talent. That's what scares me. Chase Claypool's an NFL receiver, and Chase Claypool whipped him. And, man, when I look back at his film, I was able to get my hands on some of his college film. Oh my goodness, I was not impressed. Like, I just wasn't like, this sticking to the receiver. He tackles guys when the play is past him, and that's what he did today with Debo. And that's why
in college, because it's a 15-yard penalty, but it's a spot foul in the NFL. Look, I feel like the Niners are they're constantly gonna they're not ever gonna address the secondary the way they should, because they're always gonna be like, well, when we have Bosa, Ford, and Kinlaw, like we won't. They'll all look good. Like, okay, well, you better have Bosa, Ford, and Kinlaw then, because you're
an injury away.
Yeah,
you're an injury away from a very big problem, and there's nobody out there left anymore. Steven Nelson signed. There's nobody out there for you to get. Go.
A little dumb says, Grant, do you hate Jimmy because he got with Kier and Mia and you couldn't?
Well, we're out of her pay grade. We're out of her pay grade. We don't make enough to make that happen. So I
felt like that was almost a setup that he or a dare. Like someone was like, hey, yo, we set you up on a date. Why don't you go? And he was like, and it's like, oh, great. I always felt like there was some kind of funny about that. Like, I don't get the feeling that Jimmy Garoppolo saw it coming, or he just seems so shy. It almost felt like something, a prank your buddy would pull on you. You're very
my issue with it was, don't take her on no date. Come on, man. What are you doing?
hey, as Dave Chappelle once said, that ain't no dinner thing.
That ain't no dinner thing.
That ain't
all,
no
100%.
Mike says, how does Greenlaw and other linebackers look, excluding Warner? Greenlaw has a blister and didn't play today. What do you think of Azeez Al-Shaair?
He actually was really good today. He was good. He was in because, like I said, that catch with the Mostert thing, he was in good coverage. It was a great throw. It was a better catch by Mostert. That's it.
And hey, can we say real quick on how good that catch was by Mostert?
Yes, it was incredible. He jumped up. It was in the perfect spot. Again, this is the difference between a jump ball and giving your guy a chance. He put it in a spot where only he could get it, and Alshire did everything right.
He did it twice this year, today.
Yep.
Twice.
Yep.
With Mosley and Mostert. And Mostert, you don't think of him as being a great receiver because he doesn't run that like super tough choice route or whatever you want to call it.
Elijah Mitchell's the best receiving running back on his team.
You saw him one-on-one.
Just telling you,
you saw him one-on-ones, right?
Yes.
But Mostert has good size. He has long. He's good. He was a wide receiver in college. He is pretty good receiver. That was nice.
No, it was an amazing play. Yeah, it really was.
Tell us about Elijah Mitchell real quick before we
Elijah Mitchell is the best running back as far as receiving on his team, and he hasn't even taken a snap in an NFL game yet.
That was right in front of you, right?
Yes. I got to watch. I was just like, wow, the kid has great feet. He set his defender up on the choice route, and when he gets the ball in his hands, if he gets like the same way that Mostert took that in last year, that Arizona game, he took that to the house. That's the same thing Elijah Mitchell can do, but I think that he runs better routes than him, and he's not limited to just those choice routes. Elijah Mitchell is the best receiving running back on his team, and he has not taken one snap in the NFL. Mark me down. Don't at me. I'm not taking replies.
A6 says Jimmy did the pump and dump. The thing about Jimmy that I want to say earlier that has Jimmy improved, he still takes too long going through progressions. If the first one is there, if the first read is there and he has a clear shot, he'll take it. He's good. But when it's time to go to number 2, he lingers on number 1 too long, and he's late to number 2. And that is the source of his problems. That is Jimmy. That is Jimmy. And
also, I'll go back to it. Verrett did a great job today.
Covering. Is this. That's that. That's what I'm talking about. And like, remember at the end, he had that throw where like he's looking left and he's coming back. And like Austin Watkins is like doing like the
he was wide open in the flat. Yeah.
And he finally sees him and throws it in the ground. It's like
the one that kind of bothered me too. Let me look through my notes real quick. Let me make sure I get it. The last one to River Craycraft. So it was a zone by the defense. Craycraft runs the underneath route. It was right there. Like all you had to do was like if you're able to decipher what they're doing, but like he was literally open, and then he tried to come back to him, and it was already too late. The defense had covered it up, and it ended in incompletion. Craycraft was open as soon as the play happens. If he looks over at Craycraft immediately and gets it out, it's a catch, and Craycraft can get 6-7. But by the time he went through the progression and got back to him, it was already an incompletion. So I will give you that portion.
That's